What is going on, guys, gals, pals, peers? It's good to be here with my brother, Uncle Sharma. How you doing, my man? Let's chat some culture. Let's chat some very fun culture, Mercato, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, man, good to see you. I was with Mo yesterday and I'm with you today. I just feel like, the season is really getting back underway, so I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. We're fresh off that preseason pumping of our friends in Switzerland, Lugano. It's always a nice muck around. But it's good to be back, man. What did you think of the game? Just quickly.
Yeah, no, it's the first preseason game, so never look into it too much. I remember we last season we drew, I think, and then we had to win on penalties. This time we got it done in the 90 minutes. So no, it was good, and Aslani looked good, Belanova looked good. Tupu Correa is telling me dreams again. So yeah, I think I might be able to jump on that Tupu Correa hype train again for this season.
I reckon you've got a little bit more room on the train this season around, but that's all right. More room.
A lot more room on that train.
Shout out to Biggie, our boy Jono, Joseph, Balkan Warrior, and Emiliano, all in the house already, and a further 8 of you as well. That's really good. Basically, we're just going to run through the sides, the action that's happened so far, talk a little bit about where the rumors lie, and we'll try not to take up too much of everyone's time. Let's start from the top, man. Let's start from Milan. Talks are accelerating. FC. Milan, you know what I'm talking about, man. But, some good rumors for them. But so far, the big business is pretty much just Divock Origi in from Liverpool. I'm not too sure how much field time they're expecting that guy to get this season, but I actually think he makes a decent impact, man. I'm keen to see him play. Other than that, they've redeemed Florenzi from Roma as well. And that's pretty much all she wrote in terms of the outgoing players. There's not too many to talk about. I'm pretty sure, was it Marseille or somewhere else in France? I don't know where Samuel Castillejo was going, but Kessié has moved to Barcelona and Romagnoli has gone to his boyhood club in Lazio. What are your comments on Milan this Mercato so far, man?
Yeah, it's weird because they were going through that period where they weren't sure whether Maldini and Massara were going to resign. It was really weird, and then they did like literally last minute. So that showed that there wasn't quite that much clear plan coming in from these new owners that just came in. But yeah, I think Origi was done. I think it was basically like Onana. I think everyone knew about this for months. So decent signing, definitely on a free transfer. I think he's happy being a substitute or an impact player, as we saw at Liverpool. So he should be getting more time than he at Liverpool, I think. But again, I'm not expecting him to be the starter per se. But yeah, Kessie, the guy that you got on the screen, that's a, I think Milan fans are underrating what a big loss he is. I know in his last season he wasn't as good as he was before because of probably he knew that he had a foot out the door. But this guy just impact on the pitch, physicality, leadership. Like this was he's gonna be a big miss. And Pobega coming in from Torino, I don't know if he's gonna keep him. He could be the new Kessie, but still yet to see. Romagnoli was their captain. As much as Inter fans, we like to make fun of him, even Milan fans make fun of him. So still a leader leaving their team. So yeah, interesting. So at the moment, I wouldn't say it's been a great Mercato for Milan until now, but they've got time.
Yeah, they do have time. What do you think they need before the Mercato ends to keep themselves competitive in top spot?
I mean, everyone knows that is that right wing spot. Surely you can't go in another season having bloody Alexis Salamakers as your starting right winger or Junior Messias, as much as he did okay. So it has to be, if the link, the Ziyech or whoever, someone of higher quality has to be coming in. And the attacking mid position, Brahim Diaz, as much as they like to clown us about Hakan, they know that Brahim Diaz sucked ass last season. So that's another
100%.
position that they need to, improve on. So that the Ketelaere guy, if they get him in, that's a big signing. Even though he's coming from the Belgian league, he looks like a big talent.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the boys, our boys. Just to answer your comment, Biggie, it would have been a pretty good pre-recorded one if I was able to call you out those minutes ago. But no, it's live. It's live, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks to Durkee D as well for stopping by. We've got 15 people in the house on Football Worldwide. That's great. Really, really good to see that. Let's talk about the boys, man. So we've obviously the Correa transfer redeems over, but Lukaku, Aslani, Belanova, Onana, Mkhitaryan. It's been busy. We really have taken it a little bit for granted because all eyes have been on the pessimism of a big name leaving, whether it was the fiasco that was Bastoni, or the even worse one pending that could be Milan Skriniar, it's going to hurt. Either or, we plan to lose a big name. But however, damage control well and truly underway and not finished yet.
Yeah, man, definitely. Going back to yesterday's game, just seeing these two, man, the duo back together, Lula, like it looked like they never had any time apart, linking up straight away, lots of little touches and 1-2s. So that was amazing to see. Lukaku it's so good to see him back, man. You can just see he's so much happier. Everyone loves him still, even though we thought we might have a period of like not forgiving him. It looks like he's already been forgiven by pretty much everyone. Yeah, Aslani, as I said, looked good yesterday already, but I was already a fan of him at Empoli. Onana, yeah, like, a little bit of shakiness yesterday, but also we got to see his good side, whereas the goal kicks, or like when he kicked it out to Correa and Lukaku, both times we got a goal from that, so we know he's got a beautiful right foot. Mkhitaryan struggled a little bit, but I think he's a great free transfer signing, and Villanova as well. I think it's younger profiles, reducing the average age of the squad. So yeah, overall, it's been a really, really good Mercato until now. And yeah, I don't want to speak about the Skriniar stuff. I'm trying to avoid it for as long as possible. But if we get Bremer in, even if Skriniar leaves, that's still a good Mercato.
Yeah, and I think everybody knows where we are with the Dybala situation at the moment. Where do you think that's going to end up, man? You think it's happening or not?
I still think so. I still think that Inter are the team that he chose for now, but he can't wait and forever. So we still need to get rid of Alexis, and still one of Correa and Dzeko needs to go, because there's no way we can't, as they said in the preseason press conference, you can't have 5 starting strikers. Like, it has to be 4 plus maybe a Primavera guy. So it doesn't make sense to overload the front line that much. So one of Correa and Dzeko needs to leave as well. So pieces need to fall into place for the Dybala deal to come. So he might not end up coming, and I'm not losing. I know you've said the same. To me now, he's just a big luxury signing, which I would love, but I'm not losing sleep over it. And if he's going to go to Napoli or Roma, then again, I'm not losing particularly any sleep over that.
Yeah, well said, man. Speaking of Napoli, not that active, but they've still made a couple of moves in this Costanzo young bloke. This is an ADL masterclass here, trying to replace Koulibaly early. I know for a fact he's going to look for another very young centre back, and use some of the Koulibaly money to buy another centre back on top of that. I love the transfer for Zambongi. Fantastic, man. I watched so much of him last season, and he was just an absolute revelation. But Napoli are going to need to be relatively louder in this market now. So let's talk a little bit about them, man. How do you think that they're going to see out the Mercato? What do you think of it so far?
Yeah, a little bit like Milan, man. They not good until now. Anguissa being redeemed, that's good. Oliveira is good. Challenging for Mario Rui. We know that's kind of been a weak spot. Mario Rui at left back. So let's see how this Oliveira guy does. But yeah, if they lose Koulibaly, which looks like even might today might be done the deal to Chelsea. He was the captain after Insigne, so you've lost your captain Insigne, and then you lose Mertens, was the other captain. So you lose if you're losing all 3 of your supposed captains, it's impact on and off the pitch. So yeah, ADL needs to do something about that, because especially Koulibaly, man, like that guy, to me, if you look at the 5-year span of Serie A, not just last season, to me, he's been the best centre-back in Serie A last 5-6 years, alongside Skriniar and those guys. So yeah, I'm not liking it, to be honest. Losing De Ligt could be gone, Koulibaly could be gone, Chiellini's gone. If Skriniar goes, we're losing a lot of high-quality centre-backs, Anthony, man.
A lot, bro. I was talking about this with someone else this morning. I've never seen so many quality defenders departing the league at once, but I'd have to agree with everything you said about Napoli. Grande Spallettone is going to need a lot more quality to get through next season. Imagine the meltdown if he cops this many losses to his quality and leadership and can't replace them properly. We've been there before, bro, and Napoli will end up there without a shadow of a doubt. In terms of swapping centre backs out of the league, we're definitely bringing in some front page catalog players into the league. Yeah, Lukaku's in for us, and then you've got these 2, as I said, front page boys. These are good moves for Juve. If they could pull it off on the pitch, it's going to look very, very pretty. Still comes with a little bit of its baggage, man. I'm really keen to hear what you've got to say about it.
Yeah, definitely baggage with Paul Pogba, as you would know as a United follower. But yeah, it's very much, Juve going all in for the Scudetto. Like, there's no excuse for them this season. Like these are short-term moves. Like, these are moves that they weren't planning for ages and ages. These are moves that, oh, this guy's a free transfer now, so let's get both of these in. So not much long-term thinking, and apart from let's see if they sign Zaniolo as well. But yeah, Pogba in Serie A to me still should be bullying midfield, and physically and athletically and technically. I think he's going to dominate the games where he's going to play if he stays fit, because he is. That's a big, people like to talk about Dybala's injury proneness, other players, but Pogba, when you look at his injury record the last 4 or 5 years, not good at all. And so that, I think that's a big gamble that they've taken on him. Di Maria, on the other hand, I think even though he's 36, I think he's just still top quality player. We saw Italy versus Argentina, the finalissima. This guy is still absolute baller, and he wants to stay in shape for the World Cup. So yeah, I think 2 big impactful instant impact signings for sure.
If Chiesa can stay fit, man, they've got numbers. But he's looking like he'll be coming back end of December, January. But still, either way, big moves on the pitch. They did lose a few players, but easily replaceable ones. Let's move over to Lazio. They're going to need a little bit more quality than that for Sarismo to survive another league. For me, Alessio Romagnoli coming back, I think we might see a resurgence to form for that guy, man, because he was wearing a lot of unnecessary shade at Milan on his back. He was kind of like really was the Ranocchia of the era. I know Milan fans like to compare him to Skriniar in 2017, 18 and 18-19. It was a really fun 2-year period that really just died really quickly after that. But still, what do you think? How do you think Lazio can approach the season with a quiet market like this so far?
Yeah, they've been surprisingly busy. I mean, they had to, because they had so many players leaving on like free transfers and stuff like that. So they had like numbers to make up for. So yeah, it's good that they redeem Zaccagni. Casali, I'm not convinced about. Like, the few times I watched him for Hellas Verona, but I'll wait to judge, because he seems to be highly rated. Marcos Antonio, I think we saw him against Inter. He looked like a pretty good,
He was decent,
neat and tidy midfielder. Have no clue about this Mario Gila guy.
No, me either.
As you said, Romagnoli should be much better. This is a childhood club. Although I don't know if it really suits Sarri's system, because he plays quite high line, and that's definitely not suiting to Romagnoli. But I guess he's still an upgrade on Acerbi from whatever Acerbi was doing last season, which was really, really bad. And Cancellieri, I'm very interested to see him, because he's a really good talent. So I'm happy, looking forward to see what Sarri can do with him. But I'm not really seeing much of an improvement, to be honest. Even though they've made all those signings, I'm not seeing the needle being moved, to be honest. I'm still seeing them at the moment 6th, 7th at best.
Good pickup for Gremio, free transfer for Lucas Leiva. He'll really work hard over there. That's fantastic. I think it's funny to see Pepe Reina leave as the worst goalkeeper in Serie A at 39 and somehow merchant his way to another decent transfer. Like, that's an absolute joke, man. He should not be anywhere near a club like that. Like, I don't think he'd start for a Serie B side at the moment, but fair play to him. He's coasting off some Anfield glory, and he gets one last big contract for his career. Moving on. I like
Lukaku's brothers left as well.
Without club, that'll be funny, man. Like, he didn't really do much, did he? He had like one decent half season where coasting off the family name, and oh well. I like this move. I like this one here. Matic back to Roma. I think it's funny him reuniting back with Mourinho. He really does stick to what he knows a lot of the time, Jose, man. So far, it's pretty much only Matic in, but I think. Did I read that Mourinho was a little bit unhappy with the transfer activity, or was that just a rumor so far? And did they lock down that centre back from Lille that they've been rumored to? I'm pretty sure that they did.
Zeki Celik.
That's the one.
Yeah. I think he's a right back. I think they got him. They got him and Matic. So it has been quite.
Yeah, there he is.
It's been a bit quieter for Roma. What do you make of the Matic? Because you've seen more of Matic recently. Like, do you think he can still add some quality to Serie A?
I was really surprised by this here. I thought that Sergio Oliveira had done really well from Porto, and I thought that this was going to be where he signed an extension, but maybe I don't really know. He's Portuguese as well, so I think
he signed him for like 3 or 4 million as well, which is really cheap.
Yeah. This is a great move for him. I love Galatasaray. What an exciting club for him to go to. They haven't been doing well lately, but I thought that this would be a thing for Mourinho and Roma going forward, and clearly not. And that's where Matic is getting his run here, bro. So they're going to need a few more pieces. That's for sure. They're going to need to be a little bit more active because, they're just going to need some
Yeah.
more quality. Besides losing Mkhitaryan and the likes of Floresi and Oliveira, I just don't know how they're going to go this season, man. I see them inconsistent. I don't like the Zaniolo saga at the moment. I feel like there's a lot to it, like way too much to it. And that could end badly for them if they need to sell him and don't replace him properly. But maybe they'll be the ones that get Dybala.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be surprised because they'll have to make a statement signing if they sell Zaniolo. By the end of the day, goals and assist wise, the guy was doing more yellow cards and red cards than goals and assists. I think he had 2 goals and 2 assists in Serie A. So I don't think they're losing too much in terms of actual final product if they sell Zaniolo. I think it's more the potential with Zaniolo. Like we know before the ACLs, this guy was probably, him and Chiesa were the best Italian talent. So that's probably where the value, that 40-50 million value comes from for Zaniolo, because obviously he's coming off 2 ACLs. Santon, yeah, that must be. I'm sure a few Roma fans are celebrating that one because that guy, just as he was at Inter, by the end of it, it was just not. He's hardly even a football. I mean, he's only 31. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires, to be honest.
Yeah, poor guy, man. He peaked his career as a teenager against Manchester United, and it was just all downhill from there, bro. Pretty quick fall from grace.
He peaked at 18.
Yeah, far out. Luka Jovic in this photo scoring more goals than he did in his whole time at Real Madrid. Absolute scenes. I'm looking forward to seeing him, bro. He looks a little bit unfit. He looks like he could afford just a little bit more cardio in the ground under Italiano. I'm excited to see him, man. I'm really excited to see Italiano for Fiorentina this season. How do you think they're going to go, bro? Besides Jovic, they've bought in Golini from Atalanta.
Yeah. No, they're interesting. They got Mandragora as well from Juve. So yeah,
on loan, or did they buy it? Did they buy him?
No, they bought him for like it's 9 million euros. Not bad. So yeah, this Jovic deal. Did you read about it? It's crazy. Like they bought him.
Yeah, they're paying 50% of the salary.
Yeah, they paid 50% of the salary, but they haven't paid anything for him. So Real Madrid have let him go for free, but they're still paying 50% of his salary, even though they don't own him anymore. And then the only thing is that Fiorentina would have to give them 50% or whatever they sell him in the future. But that is a crazy good deal. I don't know how they've managed to pull that off, because I know a lot of Inter fans were always talking about getting Jovic in. So I'm very interested to see how he does. But yeah, as you said, the guy needs to lose some weight.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's Piontek's going back to Hertha Berlin, isn't he? They won't be redeeming him.
Yeah, he was just a loan. I don't see him fitting into the Italiano. Like Italiano needs a proper, like an all-round striker that does, can come deep, play with the link up, and Piontek, we know he's just about the boom.
Exactly, man. Torreira also back to Arsenal. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that guy there. He really should come back to Serie A and try and muscle his way into a top 4 side.
Yeah, I think the problem with him is like once you go to the Premier League, is that Premier League salary. You don't want to take a step down. So I don't think many Serie A clubs can afford that.
True. Thanks to the 21 people that are here right now. Like the video, subscribe to Football Worldwide if you are new. Very thankful to be doing this content with my friend Zil Sharma. Let's move on to the next side. This one will be interesting, bro. I like this signing. Here. Like they didn't have options already up front next season. They will have one more. So I like it, man. What do you make of this signing as well? And what do you make of Verona going forward next season? Because they will have their choice of Simeone, Caprari, and Juric to bang them in.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I guess, I mean, they've changed coach. Tudor has gone to Marseille, which is an interesting move. And then they've got Cioffi, the Udinese guy. I'm guessing he's looking to go a lot more route one, because that was Salernitano were doing with Juric. This guy is probably the best player in the air in the league, because I think he had like the highest win percentage of aerial duels. Like he's giant, but he's actually like really good as well. So interesting. So maybe they're going a lot more route one and trying to nod it down to Caprari and the other boys. I don't know about Simeone. Surely, like some teams, it's better teams going to take a bite. I saw Juve wanted him maybe as a backup, or I saw yesterday Napoli were linked him as a backup. So surely I would, as a bigger club, I would go in for Simeone as a backup somewhere.
They'll probably only command in between 15 to 20 million for him, which these days, if you really want to compete on all fronts, that's the price you're probably going to pay for a backup anyway, right?
Yeah. But I'm interested to see how the Verona play now, because I don't really know how Choffy is gonna line them up. Nice kit though.
Very nice kit. Atalanta, proper fire sale, like you're moving to the other side of the country. Boga, obviously, still in from Sassuolo. Edison coming in from Salernitana. That's a decent signing, man. That's a pretty decent signing. And Demiral, official from Juve. But more noticeable is the extensive list of players that are departing the club. Proper men, lots of young players going out on loan as well. What do you think for Atalanta next season, man? It's going to be a bit of a struggle, bro. Do you think the Gasperini train has finally burst?
Yeah, I mean, there was rumors about Gasperini leaving as well, but then he's ended up staying. So, yeah, it seems like I think they were overachieving the last few years anyway. I think it was like it was the Gasperini system that elevated some of these players to a higher level than they actually were. But they should be coming back into Europe though, because this season they even missed out on completely even the Conference League. I think they finished 8th. So they should be challenging again for European places, in my opinion. But let's see what happens, because Ilicic is back in training and so. But then we saw that once again last season. At some point, he just kind of had his mental health issues. So I don't know how he's doing. Boga was supposed to be, a big signing, and obviously it takes time to get into the system, but still expected more out of Boga. So I'm expecting a bigger season from him. Up front, Muriel and Zapata had kind of Zapata was doing well, then he got injured for like most of the season. Muriel had an off season, so they're linked with Pinamonti. So I don't know what they're doing, if they want to keep Muriel and Zapata. So yeah, and Demiral, I think that's 20 million is quite expensive, but I think Demiral's worth it. Edison, I wanted Edison for Inter. I thought, I mean, he's too expensive for a backup, so it's not like I'm crying, but I really like what I saw at Salernitana for those 6 months. So I think, Sabatini found a little gem. So I'm very interested to see how Edison does at Atalanta.
We know that the Torino president, as Inter fans, likes to slap some pretty big fees on his players. Remember how big he slapped on this brother right here? He's finally without club. He's not going to renew for Torino. What's next for Belotti, man? I can't believe that this is the guy that was valued at 100 M's. Whether you believe he's worth that or not is completely your subjective right to an opinion. But yeah, his time at Torino is over, and there's got to be some gas left in this guy, whether it's in Serie A or not. I could see him getting eaten by the sheer pace of like the English league or even the Spanish league. I just don't know where he'd go.
Yeah, it just seems, even though he's only 28, 29, when you see him play like these days, it seems like because he's much of a battler. It seems like the battles that he's been through have taken the better of his body. I mean, his posture's never been the greatest. He's always had that hunchback look. But I'm surprised, to be honest, that no one's like really taking a bite. Yeah, someone John has said Belotti to Toronto. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like him, Bernardeschi, and Insigne having a link up over there, because no one seems to be taking a bite. Even like I thought Milan would take him as a backup, but obviously they got Origi. I'm surprised, to be honest. I don't even know where he's going to end up.
Speaking of players that their fee sort of busts, well, it's busted for the top clubs in Italy. Bro, I saw West Ham this morning. I'm like, someone is going to have to take this guy, because there's been too much hype for this guy to just not go anywhere. I know that they signed an Uruguayan striker, Agustin Alvarez, as well. So maybe they are planning for life without Scamacca. But Zio, where's he going to go? What's going to happen?
Yeah, as you said, like the price tag is definitely too much. I'm a Scamacca fan, but the price tag is definitely too much. What I'm hearing, like West Ham, 40 million plus bonuses, and apparently they rejected PSG's 35 million euro offer. Like these guys wanting 50 million. I'm not one of those guys that complains though. Like people are always complaining about Sassuolo asking too much for their players. It's like that's what they want. That's what they want. Fair play to them if they can get that money. But yeah, I don't wish that move on Scamacca's West Ham. I hope he thinks about it properly, because we've seen like West Ham Premier League clubs can really eat you up, and then boom, 3-4 years go by and you're like your career's done and no one remembers you because you were substitute at West Ham, or you need to go, or Haller did, where he had to recover, he had to go back to, he went to Ajax to recover his career after West Ham. So yeah, he needs to think about his next move carefully.
Very, very carefully. What about Fratesi? You think he's going back to Roma?
Yeah, I think he's from what I understand, like Rome, because Roma have like this clause that if Sassuolo sell him on, they get 15 or 20% of his thing. So they've got quite a good like negotiation stance. And I think he is he grew up in the Roma youth system as well. So I think that's probably going to happen. And I think that's a good move to replace Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, I think so as well. Udinese, Beto has been made official. He was only on loan initially, wasn't he? He's actually,
okay.
I didn't know that. Well, there you go. That's a really good signing for them. And I'm really hyped to see him in Serie A still, because he had a really good season last season. I thought he was pretty good. Going into this season, do they have a new manager going into this season? What was their, because their manager from last season is at Spezia now, right?
No, he's at Verona. We were saying earlier.
Is that Verona? That's right. That's right, man. Bit of a merry-go-round happening at the moment.
Yeah. So their new coach is the guy who was at Ascoli. He's called Sotil. So he's the dad. He's the dad of the Sotil that plays for Fiorentina.
Ah, right. Interesting to know.
So yeah, interesting. Well, yeah, Udinese. They're always, you never know what to expect. Udinese, right? Either like complete relegation battle or somehow just comfortably mid-table.
Yeah, fair enough. What you think of this one, mate? Aaron Hickey back to Brentford from Bologna.
The wee lad.
Yeah, he's a good lad, man. He's got some good little future ahead of him, man. It was good to see him in Serie A for a short amount of time.
Yeah, him and Udoji were the only regular playing teenagers in Serie A, so we've lost one of the regular playing teenagers, so that's sad. But yeah, it had to happen. We knew, like, the boy showed good. I'm surprised. I think Arsenal were quite heavily linked with him, and they ended up being Brentford. But yeah, 20 million something in Bologna, can't say no to that. And I saw they replaced. I don't know if he's a left back or not, but they replaced him with another Scotsman. So they clearly got some scouting system in Scotland going on, Bologna.
Oh, you're actually right, man. They did too.
Where does he play? Does it say what his position is?
Is it Scottish? No, they've signed a Greek left back and a Scottish centre midfielder from Aberdeen, Lewis Ferguson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, they've clearly got some Scottish link somewhere in the scouting.
They've promoted a youth goalkeeper as well, Mattia Pagliuca, the son of former Inter and Azzurri goalkeeper Pagliuca as well. So keep an eye out in case he gets a few minutes. That'll be nice.
Bologna, I'm more interested to see what happens with Mihailovic, because obviously his health issues always taking the better of him. But I think it's time to change for Bologna. I think they need to move on from Mihailovic.
Yeah, I think so, man. This guy, still only 31 years old. He's still only 31. We've got a good at least 4 or 5 years left of this guy just terrorizing the box left, right, and center. Up top for Empoli, Mattia Destro, accompanied by the younger Satriano. And I'm excited for Empoli next season, man. I think not only can they survive relegation, I think just like this season, they can be an absolute pain in the cooler for teams that they come up against.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see again. They've changed their coach. So yeah, they've got Andrea Tolli went to Spezia. So they've got, who did they get? If you can check quickly, they've changed
Paolo Zanetti.
So they got the Venezia guy, yeah. So yeah, interesting to see, because the Venezia team didn't particularly play that great of football. So, and Andrea Tolli's Empoli did. So it's going to be interesting to see if they are as good to watch as they were last season.
Yeah,
and I think they'll struggle a little bit more.
You think you think these guys can make up for the stat padding season that Pinamonti is leaving behind? I hope that Satriano has a season just like Andrea did, man.
Well, yeah, I hope he starts 38 games. That's the main hope for him. Whatever happens, at least give him 30 plus starting games, and then we can actually judge him properly.
Yeah, exactly right, man. Because he's not old, but he's not young. He needs to start. He needs to start getting games consistently now before it's absolutely too late. Salernitana, besides a couple of small signings, man, I'm looking forward to seeing them next season, but I think that they are going to severely struggle as well, bro. Severely struggle as well. Did they sign Koulibaly from Udinese, though? I'm pretty sure. I'm just making sure to check it now. Yeah, they did, man. That's a pretty good signing for them. But other than that, I'm struggling to see anybody that I know, obviously, besides
Yeah.
Lovato, who was just pictured before, who's not a bad signing at all. But can he and Koulibaly carry that side to more points than they had last season with Juric leading the line? I'm not too sure, bro.
No, I think yeah, I don't think I think this could be the year that they go down because yeah, that was just a miracle last season already. So I don't think they can pull off miracles again unless the key teams coming from Serie B are even worse.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I'm just reading down the list of some transfers from Sampdoria. Besides putting Ciccio Caputo up there, I reckon, bro, and I'm calling it this season. First time I'm calling it now. I think this might be their year to drop, bro. I think this might be Sampdoria's year to bust. I think that they're having a bad market. I think if there was one player that they should have kept on their books, believe it or not, it was Bonazzoli. I think they should have kept him on, and they're not. I think they'll struggle, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, I forgot about Sampdoria. Like, they haven't done anything. They've just kept the players they had last
Nothing, bro.
season.
It's a bad market so far. They need to pick their game up because they are going to struggle big.
Yeah. No. I don't know if they go down just because of the lack of quality elsewhere. But I think it's going to be another struggle season.
Yeah. That's pretty much where we're going to end off, besides the best looking of the new bunch, man. How do you like that? Galliano in the flesh with Pessina. They've signed Mancuso, Stefano Sensi, and Ranocchia from Inter. What do you think the season's going to be like for Sensi, man?
Oh man, I don't even know, man. Like I'm still a fan of the guy as a footballer, but yeah, I've given up. I've pretty much given up on him. So I'll still tune in.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an interesting ass team. I don't know where they're gonna end up. They could either challenge for Europe or get relegated. I don't think there's gonna be an in between with these guys. But it's good to see Galliani and Berlusconi back in Italian or top flight Italian football because they make things interesting off the field for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. There's still rumored to sign another couple of players as well, like someone's mentioning in the comments. Icardi. Not only that, they've signed they've signed Alessio Cragno as well. They've had a really good market, man. I can see them just out of hype putting together some points, putting together some serious points, man.
Definitely. No. I wish them. Actually, I don't wish them too well because if they stay up, they have to pay Milan like 7 million for Pessina because they've got like a 50% clause on him still. So
yeah. Yeah, Balkan Warrior says they also got Cragno. If they sign Icardi, they will be in the top 10. I wouldn't go that far, bro. I really wouldn't go that far. But
hey, that would be interesting though. Sensi to Icardi link up.
Oh, it would be. I'm more interested for the Wanda owners link up, man. Like that would be something else. I'd proper feel like I'm living in a TV series then. That's all we're going to have time for today. I want to thank the bro, Sil Sharma, for coming into Football Worldwide. It's going to be a very interesting season, man. There's still plenty of Mercato to go. It's still like 6.5 weeks, man. We're nowhere near done.
No. It was just busy from the beginning this year because of the early start of the season. So teams are trying to do their business early, but there's still plenty of business left to be done. So yeah, keep a lookout on Inter Worldwide and Football Worldwide as well, guys.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure you have already, but if you haven't, go and follow the Zeal at the Uncle Sharma channel and his Twitter. Always the best content. Thank you so much for coming through, my guy. We will speak soon. Thank you to everyone that came into the chat and to the 25 people that joined us live. My name is Anthony.